And currently, Zeta, you are in your cave. I'm sure playing with your dog when
Of course.
yes, when Mandy arrives. And of course,
Mandy!
Lucky is happy to see Mandy as well. And Mandy bends down to pet Lucky, and it's delightful. Mandy smiles and also comes and gives you a hug, Zeta.
I hug her back.
She says, well, it's official. I know you said that it would happen, but it's happened. I am once again allowed in Camarilla territory.
Well, that is good news.
It is. It means that I don't have to pretend to not be in Camarilla territory anymore. Turns out, Camarilla have a hard time spotting owls to begin with.
I think they don't keep Gangrel on their radar.
No. Never have. Well, at any rate, with this, I have been invited to come back to the Vampire Club by our good friend Sebastian Melmoth. And, of course, this being the premier club of the vampires, I would love if you would come with me, as I am welcomed back by who might be the only good Toreador in the Camarilla.
It would be my pleasure to accompany you.
Very good. Now, Sebastian is still Camarilla, so treat him with the information that only a Camarilla should have, but maybe with a bit more respect.
You got it.
I know you've been there before, but just a reminder, things are a bit different. Well, there's another thing. I suspect that your friend James Castle will be there too.
That guy again.
You say that guy again. What are your impressions of him, Zeta?
He seems alright for a Camarilla.
He's
doesn't
young.
really seem like... Yeah, he doesn't really seem like he much cares for it, other than the protection it offers.
That's what I hope
But
too.
he's still a Camarilla.
Indeed. Well, I suspect that he will be there because someone who is very important to him will be there.
Well, that could get interesting.
It could. It could also get dangerous. Not probably physically dangerous, but people could say things that they should not say. That is why I want to remind you who it is that we will be amongst while we are there.
I understand.
Well, shall we go?
Well, let me feed Lucky first.
Of course. By the way, how long are you planning on keeping your dog around?
long as possible.
It's a good answer. Dog is very cute.
And I fill his bowl with kibble and fill his water. Tell him to be a good boy while I'm gone.
Of course. And so you depart with Mandy to go to the city and to the Vampire Club. We will now go to Henry. Henry, you are, of course, doing as you do in the Chantry, studying. I want to know what you are thinking, though. Just had an offer with Amir? What is that on Henry's mind at all, or what are you thinking about that?
I mean, a little bit. He's mostly thinking, how do you organically bring up in conversation, hey, have any secret projects you need an extra hand on? Because that's, that might draw some suspicion. So he's kind of mulling it over. I don't know. Contemplating what Amir meant by still naive when we were talking about the salubri. Something's not adding up there, but he trusts Amir, although wondering what it's like to not be in the Chantry but still be Tremere. Like, what's it like to have your own freedom of what you're researching? And I don't know, it's a little bit of a foreign concept, or not foreign concept, but it's different. It's different from what Henry's used to, but also a little scary. Kind of wondering how Amir's not dead. So, or So I don't know. There's a lot. Also, haven't met with Babs in a while. Unsure if we're supposed to check in with her, or if that was supposed to yield significant results. Do I want it brought up? Not quite sure. So yeah, there's a lot rattling around in Henry's. So
while you are there researching, pausing to think about the incredible circumstance that you have found yourself in, you can hear through your door an argument happening.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be a bad time to make sure my doorknob is properly functioning, and I just happen to be standing next to my door.
Sure.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Turns out that your doorknob is functioning.
Okay, cool. No, I don't want to turn it. I just want to look at it and make sure there's no rust or anything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It needs to be pristine in case I have visitors, which I do sometimes.
Yeah. It turns out that seems to be what the argument is about. The regent is out there in the hall arguing with some other kindred. The conversation is going, that is my apprentice who is in there studying and currently being very diligent and hard at work. You cannot come into the Chantry when we have intelligent and powerful Tremere working on, and the response is just, intelligent and wonderful Tremere. Yes, everything that you do here, everything that you do in the Tremere is wonderful, but right now there is someone who I have not met that is, well, sounds like the reputation precedes him, and I want to talk to him right now.
Oh, no. I'm gonna run back to my desk really quick and look really busy. Just in case, I don't know, they can see through walls or sense that I'm listening in. I don't know. Oh God, I have a reputation. Yeah, it's time to really get back to studying.
Yes, of course. So as you're over there, kind of like feigning your studies, the door bursts open, and there is an extravagantly dressed Kindred that enters and goes, "Ah, you must be Henry Draw."
Yes, and who do I owe the pleasure?
My name is Sebastian Melmoth. I am one of the ministers of the Camarilla. I am one of the higher-ups, you should say, I guess, of Clan Toreador. And you are coming with me tonight.
To do what exactly?
Celebrate your magnificence, of course.
Oh. Okay. This is a lot. Let me just put some things away real quick.
The regent comes in and goes, "Sebastian, I must protest. This is an apprentice. They're currently working. Henry, you are hard at work."
Yeah. I mean, okay, I can get back to it.
Oh,
Henry starts
nonsense. There
pulling
will
his
be no
book.
getting back to work. Tonight is a night
right,
for
I'll-
celebration, and tomorrow can be your night for work, or even the day after tomorrow. However you see it fit, but tonight you are coming with me. Isn't that right? And he looks over at the regent, who is very upset, looks to say something to which Sebastian says, "Or I suppose I could redeem this boon for something far more grand in the future. Perhaps that would be more content with you, Regent." To this, the Regent says nothing and leaves.
This entire time, Henry has been putting books back and taking them out, like one
Yeah.
hand doing one thing, just a delaying action.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but he's gonna like settle on putting them all back in because I think he can see the writing on the wall. All right. So
Now, when I look at
where
you, I
we
can
go?
tell that you are someone who, in your mortal life, probably did not experience what we would call the nightlife. Am I correct?
Very perceptive, Sebastian.
Tonight, you will. And you will be able to experience the grander, finer, wonderful things about a true nightlife as a creature of the night yourself.
Henry's gonna kind of grimace at the word creature. It seems kind of base and animalistic, but all right, we'll turn that grimace into a smile, a very forced smile. All right, that sounds great.
Yes, come along, come along. I am the owner and proprietor of a club known as the Vampire Club. I know, on the nose. I like to be so. And with this, he touches his index finger with your nose, just playfully.
Yeah, it's any imaginings that this is not going to be like the most stressful thing. It's very much that idea is dying inside of Henry.
Mm-hmm.
But the words high ranking and also the regent shuffling off in defeat is doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Yeah.
So Henry will tolerate the boop. But that's about it. There's gonna be no acknowledgement of it. We're just gonna grin and bear it.
Right. Well, let's get going. I will have the limousine take you there. And feel free to go in when you get there.
Limousine, you say?
Well, yes, and do do expect there to be pictures taken of you as you exit. They don't know who you are or anything like that, but it's my limousine, and they, well, they'll expect someone coming out of it.
Okay. Thank you. This is very generous of you.
Do not mention it. I will see you soon.
All right.
Specifically, Cass, I want you to do a roll for me.
Okay, what do we got?
Charisma and etiquette.
Charisma and etiquette. Okay. Let's see. I assume this is a social roll?
Very much so, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Just let me know if you get more than 4 successes.
Okay. Um, 2 successes and then a bestial success. So
Okay.
like, yeah.
I will come back to that result then.
Okay.
All right. So, Henry, you arrive and you show up at this club. There's already a line that is forming outside. You can see the limo driver pulls past them. There are people pointing at the limo. You can see them kind of mouthing, he's here, and stuff like that. And the limo driver stops the car, goes over to where you are seated, and opens the door for you.
Am I just immediately blinded by cameras flashing, or?
Not those kinds of cameras. It's just people with their cell phone cameras, basically.
Oh, thank God, that's right. That's right. Oh, hang on. Henry will step out and do some very stiff waves to some people, I guess.
There's people, they look a little bit confused. They're not sure who you are, but they're taking pictures nevertheless.
Okay, I'll even, if anyone still has an ounce of enthusiasm, I feel like the energy is shifting a little bit, but I'll go in for a handshake if anyone will shake my hand.
At least 2 people do. And they kind of say, his hands are cold, to each other. Before you get too far, the person at the front of the door goes and collects you and just goes, this way, sir.
All right. Thank you.
So as you go inside, you see that the club isn't open yet. It looks like there are bartenders getting alcoholic drinks ready. It looks like there's a DJ who is doing some sound checks on the stage. And you are led upstairs into a VIP area. In this VIP area, you see one Kindred. A woman. And she is having a drink that is in a champagne flute. It appears to be blood. And as you get closer, you can definitely smell that it is in fact blood. And yeah, that's about who's in here right now, though. But you are definitely being led to that area where this woman is sitting currently as well.
Okay, like just led straight to her?
Yep.
Well, damn. I guess Henry will walk up and say, pleasure to meet you. Name's Henry. Outstretched arm, of course, ready for the handshake.
She shakes your hand nervously.
Yes.
And sits down and kind of squints a bit and says, Tremere?
Yes, very perceptive.
Believe me, noticing a Tremere does not take that much effort.
And who do I owe this nugget of wisdom to?
My name is Liliana. I am waiting for someone.
All right. You wouldn't happen to know what this is like? Is this an occasion, like event commemorating something? Surprise birthday party?
Well,
Um,
you are a Tremere, so I'm going to assume that Sebastian wishes to honor you somehow. Sebastian does so like to schedule multiple things on the same day. I believe that you will likely be celebrated. I am waiting for my meeting, and if there is going to be some surprise third meeting that is going to occur, it would not surprise me in the least.
Thank you for the heads up. Henry's gonna kind of like slump in his chair or whatever is nearby. This is a lot to take in.
Uncomfortable with your status outside of the Chantry, then, are you?
I have not had this many eyes focused on me, I think, ever. And I'm not quite used to it.
Going to ask you a question, and I'll let you decide however you want.
Mm-hmm.
Do you look in her eyes?
Henry's staring at the floor. He's completely in the tank, like, thinking about why on earth he is being celebrated. Like, his mind is racing. And obviously this lady's nervous about something. He doesn't want to disturb her situation here.
She is going to say to you, "Hey, look at me."
All right, I'll look at her.
Do you look in her eyes?
Yeah. There's no reason to distrust her.
All right. This should be fun. One moment. All right. She is going to use a discipline on you. And you can sense that she is trying to enter your mind. Would you like to let her, or would you like to fight against that?
I would love to fight against that.
All right. Then this will be a roll of resolve and awareness for you.
Resolve and aware. Okay, all right. Well, and then is hunger included in this?
Yes.
Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. I got a 10, a 9, a 9, an 8, a 7, and then I got a 6 on the hunger die.
Great job.
Not getting it.
You sense that force push into your thoughts. And even with such strong resolve, you feel one bit of information get away. Just one bit. You don't know what it is. But it's not as much as she wanted. You know that much.
Is she saying anything, or is she just making weird eyes at me?
Eventually, she says, let me give you some advice. As much as a Toreador can give to a Tremere. You are looking for this attention. You just don't realize it yet. What you have happening to you is recognition. And it's recognition that the Tremere are afraid to give. But the other kindred will always recognize it, whether they admit to it or not. You are young. They cannot have someone as young as you make a name for themselves so quickly. This celebration is a way of Sebastian and his own uniquely enthusiastic personality letting you know that he knows of your worth and value to the Camarilla.
Henry's gonna kind of, again, look at the ground like it's a lot to take in, because on one hand, yes, he really wants the advancement. This attention feels good. But she just tried to pry into his mind. He's gonna just stand up. Thanks for the cold reading. Keep practicing. That was pretty good.
She
And then he's
smiles and just says, how's Babs doing?
All right. I'm going to go walk to the bar. Henry's just going to walk to the bar.
And when you do that, she just smiles and drinks more blood. So, the club opens. Now, James Castle, you are about to arrive. Anxiety hits you. You are unsure how to feel in this moment now that you are here. You are here, and you know who's inside. You don't know what's going to happen, but you know who's inside there. There's no way that you could be late to this, and so you are not. But the anxiety will give you one additional hunger.
Okay.
As you are arriving, the Lilith arrives as well. Both of you are approaching the Vampire Club together, but just running into each other just now.
Cass is going to be very focused.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, if he's arriving, he may just be like waiting outside of the entrance and not actually going in just yet. Like I've done everything that I could to be here on time, not be late, but right now Cass is just waiting. Maybe pacing a little bit.
Well, Lilith, you would definitely see this.
So she's going to walk up, and of course, she's not going to pass up the opportunity to kind of mess with him. So she's just going to walk up and be like, "What's up, baby Fang? What you doing out here just kind of pacing? I mean, I thought us puppies were the type that were supposed to pace, not Toreador. I thought y'all were supposed to be refined and shit."
Oh, you've got jokes. Hi, Lilith. It's so good to see you. It's been a while.
How's the city lights been looking?
City lights are gorgeous as ever. Gorgeous as ever. How are things for you? What have you gotten into lately?
Oh,
Seen it?
you know, chase a car or two, bury a bone or two.
Jealous.
Have a little fun with hunters, leading them into Guru territory, and then watching the fun that results.
Sounds like you've been keeping busy. So
Oh,
what brings you out here being so busy?
She reaches into her coat and she pulls out the invitation. She goes, "I got invited to some kind of shindig. So, yeah, I'm here."
From the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sebastian?
I have no idea who that is.
Sebastian, the owner of the club?
He just looks at him like, "Okay, and? Am I supposed to be, like, somehow impressed?"
No, I was just wondering. I don't know if they taught you how to read, but it should say usually who the letter's from.
Yeah, we didn't do much reading back where I'm from.
Understandable. You know, missed you. I'm so glad that you're here, of course. Tonight. Why wouldn't you be? This is great.
Just think of me like a bad foot fungus. I just don't go away.
Can't shake you.
No. So are you going to stand out here and just pace a hole into the ground? Or are you going to go in?
Just taking in the night air, I guess. Shall we?
Of course.
Have you been here before?
No. Don't think so.
For some reason, I thought we had gone together before. It's a great place.
Looks a little built up, if you know what I mean. Not someplace Gangrel prefer.
You know, it's about what's on the inside that counts. Didn't you ever learn that?
Oh yeah, especially when diablerizing someone.
Oh, tonight will be fun.
Hopefully.
Well, let's do it.
And she just holds the door for him to go in.
Cass takes a little bow and heads inside.
All right. So, Vampire Club has started to go bumping. People are coming in, showing their IDs at the door. It is an exciting time to be here. It looks like a good night. And it looks like a special night. Like lots of things are going to be happening. First of all, the first thing that you see, both of you, is Henry Draw inside this building at the bar.
So Lilith is just going to beeline straight to the bar. And she's just going to kind of walk right up behind him. And basically just lean right in and just go, boo!
Henry has been staring at the same 3 glasses of alcohol, obviously not drinking them for the past however many minutes. He just slowly turns and is relieved. There's a sigh of relief that it's someone he recognizes. At this point, I'm not surprised you're here, Lilith. How are you?
You know, you are the second person that's told me that tonight. So, been playing with Guru and Hunters lately?
I imagine not more than you. Right?
I mean, come on, that was fun. That was fun. Admit it, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. You know what? For tonight, yeah, I'll say, yeah, that was fun, Lilith. That was a blast. I love not knowing if my head is going to be separated from my shoulders. It's pretty cool.
Oh, him, he's grumpy. Guru tend to be grumpy. He'll get over it. And she's basically just going to order a glass of the house special.
The bartender looks at your eyes real quick and says, the Kindred special?
She just stares at him.
I guess Henry's gonna rub his temples. It can't be that obvious, right? That can't really be the name.
And basically goes into leaves the bar, opens a door that's behind the bar, goes back there. A few seconds later comes out and slides a drink and just says, "Here's your Blood Mary, ma'am."
She takes it and just reaches into her pocket and pulls out a couple of crumpled bills for a tip and tosses it down.
He goes, "No charge to your kind."
You don't take a tip?
If I take a tip, he will punish me, so no.
Wow. She looks at Henry and goes, man, that's rough. Then she just takes the crumpled bills back.
Well, in some countries, tipping isn't even the norm, so perhaps they have a very progressive pay structure here. Bartender, what is your health insurance like? Or benefits?
I don't get sick anymore.
See, Lilith? Let's not be so quick to judge.
Cass is gonna come over and sit down on
All
the
right.
other side of Henry.
Oh, thank God. Oh. Yes!
Oh, Henry. A sight for sore eyes.
Oh, likewise.
Sure. Well, I see Lilith has already made her introduction.
Oh, Henry and I, we've been on a couple of fun adventures together.
Yeah, we were on one a while ago, but it sounds like you two have been getting along just fine.
Oh yeah, I'll have Henry driving a motorcycle here before long.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. Cass, have you been threatened, like, your very existence lately? Like, maybe even twice in a night?
Goes, I just seen him tonight for the first time in a while. So no, he hasn't been threatened.
Yeah, you're
Before
really
you
slacking.
Continue. Zeta and Mandy will arrive. I'll have everyone at the bar roll wits and awareness.
Okay.
Oh, I have a bestial success, and that's
Cool.
it. No, it's a big day. No.
I have 2 successes.
Two successes and a bestial success.
All right. The only one of you that notices is Henry, who sees Zeta and immediately the night before feels so real. And your beast becomes paranoid. Goes, what the fuck is happening tonight? I don't like it. I don't fucking like it at all. And your hunger will go up, Henry.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I don't like it either, but I'm not freaking out yet. I'm kind of freaking out. Yeah, it's going to be freak out time, but
Mandy says to Zeta, go be with the others. I'm gonna go to the VIP area and prepare.
Alright. What are you preparing for?
I have to be prepared for whatever James Castle is going to do. Whenever you're done down there, just send James Castle up. The others can join also, but discourage them from doing so.
Alright.
All right.
I will head straight for the bar.
All right. Mandy goes up the steps. Now that Zeta is closer, the three of you can see Zeta arriving.
Oh, isn't this a night of fucking reunions?
When it isn't a troublesome trio.
Hey, I'm a good puppy.
You said it.
Henry's just gonna bang on the bar a little bit and order a bloody whatever, the pun drink. He needs to calm down.
Yeah, can I get one of those?
Yes, of course. And the bartender leaves behind the door again. And after a few seconds, once again returns with, "You're a Bloody Mary, sir."
Okay, just
Incredible.
I'm pounding it.
Cheers, salute.
While it does taste good, it does nothing to quench your thirst.
Oh my god.
Well, Zeta, good to see you again.
Same to you.
There's
So,
something,
what is-
can I get a wits and awareness roll from everyone in here real quick? Just a real quick one. You don't have to roll hunger with this one, by the way. You can forget hunger on this, because I should have asked it earlier.
Oh,
I have nothing.
Cool.
I got 2.
7 successes.
Okay. Alright, just a note. Oh, nice. So this will be something to note from both, Lilith and Cass. It's not a busy night tonight, it doesn't look like in here. Normally there'd be, well, Cass, you would know, normally there'd be a lot more people. Lilith, you were told this is a bumpin' nightclub. Doesn't seem like it's as bumpin' right now. Maybe it's early, just opened, but just seems a little empty. That's all.
So, is this what is this what the Capri Sun pouch is called? And she does air quotes, bumping.
I mean, they did just open, to be fair. Nobody arrives to a party exactly on time.
Like those wizard types, right? They arrive when they're supposed to.
Yeah, I've watched Lord of the Rings. Yes, exactly.
Watch. How do you watch a book?
What are you talking about? Yeah. I mean, whatever. It's based on a book. You not watch the
Books
movies?
upset?
Do you watch movies?
She just gives them a blank look.
Movies are the things that they record, and there's like people. I don't know if they called them movers in your day, or they put yeah, the talkies. Have you seen those? Have you seen the talkies lately?
No.
No. Oh yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, let me know sometime if you want to see a movie. We've got a few of them.
Why? You're all the entertainment I need.
Well, same kind of thing, I guess.
Henry's brain is like slowly catching up with, and also he's freaking out. Cass, did you say was it, and he's gonna gesture over to Zeta, who Henry totally doesn't know the name of. Definitely. Cass, you mind introducing me?
Yeah, so this is Zeta, Mandy's child, and we are well acquainted, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Met
Just
a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. Couple of times. Last time wasn't as bad, I would say.
Bad? Okay. Alright.
Cass rubs his neck a little bit.
I lick my fangs.
So what brings you here? You know, this is starting to sound like some kind of a joke. 2 gangrels, a Toreador and a Tremere walk up to a bar.
Well, I'm sure that if it is a joke, that Toreador's the punchline.
Well, I am here together with Mandy because she has something to celebrate.
Well, that must be Henry.
Why would...
I don't think she knows Henry.
Yeah. Right? Please?
Cass just shrugs. Lilith was
What brings
invited
you
to
three
a celebration here.
Lilith looks over at Zeta and goes, to be fair, I don't know why I got invited. There was an invitation when I crawled out of the dirt this evening, so I don't know why I'm here.
It's probably because you're so fun to be around.
Must be.
Lilith, would you rather celebrate Henry or Mandy? And I point towards the VIP area.
Can
we see the VIP area from here?
Not quite at the bar.
Just in the general
You would be
direction.
able to see it from if you step back on the dance floor a little bit.
Okay. Well, I have a meeting. Now, as exciting as a party would be, there's some business I have to take care of.
Wait, you're leaving?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, buddy.
Like, the building or just the bar?
I will be here in spirit. No, I'll be, I'm just gonna be upstairs. I'll be close.
Okay.
Just, you know, scream really loud if you need me.
Careful with eye contact up there, okay?
Yeah, why is that?
Some people are kind of keen to probe around a little bit. Yeah, so.
Okay, I got you. Thanks for the heads up. And Cass, like, slaps him on the back. In a friendly way. Zeta, Lilith.
Baby
Cass
Bang.
does a little bow. And heads upstairs.
All right. When you get up there, you see, first, of course, your sire, Liliana Morgan. She is sitting up there, plain as day. Definitely her. As familiar as the moon. And she's just talking with Mandy. Chumming it up. They seem like they're having a good time. Cass, both these kindred turn to look toward you, and they immediately become serious. Mandy stands up and directs you to a seat. Just goes, "Hello, James."
Cass is just staring at Liliana and not even looking or making eye contact with Mandy. He's just like, "Hello, Mandy," and takes a seat.
Mandy just says, "Please, pretend I'm not here."
I don't even know what to say. I've thought about this moment so many times. Every night, in fact. And now that I'm in this moment, the irony is I don't I don't know what to say.
Liliana answers you. What did you say in those moments when you thought of me?
Why?
Because I had to.
Why? Yeah. But why?
Cass, a lot of Kindred society is beyond just the rules of what gets set for us, such as with the Camarilla. Sometimes something greater happens. Something bigger than us that's just in our kindred instincts. Someone that I knew had to leave a place that they held, a place of importance. And they needed me to help them while they were gone. This person was not Camarilla. And I could not tell anyone that I went to go and help the Anarchs.
But what about me, though? I needed you as well. I was here alone, and have had to figure out so much by myself. You could have said goodbye, you know, at least.
No, I couldn't. I wanted to. I wanted to take you with me too. But I couldn't.
Why?
Because the prince would know. You would not know this because I never told you, because we're never told to tell these things to the fledglings. Ever since I embraced you, you've been watched and scrutinized. Because it isn't enough that I asked to embrace you, to bring you into this existence that you are living now. No, they couldn't go off just my word, not just off of my word. They needed to know that you could be trusted. So they watched you. And if you were suddenly gone, or if you were unaffected, they'd know that I was okay. I needed them to think that I disappeared. And so I did.
But you've reappeared.
I could have reappeared a month ago. But I admit I was weak. And I've been dreading this moment possibly as much as you have.
Yeah. Dread is only half of it. The other half is I've wanted nothing more than this moment, but it's a strange mix of feelings. So why again? Why now?
I don't know how you found me or that very strange Mark Truth, but somehow he knew to ask for me. And I couldn't stay where I was because if you knew, that would mean it's only a matter of time anyways. So I had to come here. And perhaps it's best that I did because I want you to know that you can stay in contact with me. You can talk to me. You can call me. And you can visit me. But I can't come back up here. Not yet.
I'm just glad you're okay.
She smiles. And she says, I'm glad that you are too. I heard the prince showed you the roofs.
Yeah.
I've seen them too. Please understand that.
Yeah, it's not a bad view from up there.
How do you feel about the Camarilla?
That's a big question right now. I think that I don't know. I don't know what I think. I think that I've been brought into this world and kept safe for the most part. But I don't know. I just,
It doesn't take much for you to notice that when you start talking about your thoughts in the Camarilla, Mandy does in fact take out a notebook and start writing something down.
they're just another side of the coin, I guess. And Cass looks at Mandy. First time breaking, eye contact. What are you doing here?
I'm making sure that your sire doesn't say anything she's not supposed to.
Two sides of the coin.
And Liliana gives an unflattering smirk.
So what? I want to know so much more, but I have a feeling that that's just not possible.
I can tell you that I had to go for my safety and for yours. But I am safe now. And the Camarilla cannot use you to get to me. And the Anarchs will not do anything to you as long as you have not done anything to them directly.
I mean, why even stay here? I mean, heard LA's warm.
You know as well as I haven't felt temperature on my skin in a very long time.
Yeah. Still, it could be nice.
I'm only here for the night. I will be leaving tomorrow night.
Got it.
Please, you can call me. And, she, pulls out one of those old, like, phone books that people would have on their microwaves and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
Says just write your number down in this and I will call you.
Okay. I will. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. All right. Let's get down to it. All right. So, in through the front door, Sebastian Melmoth enters. And, the doors close behind him, and he smiles. He goes over to Henry, Zeta, and Lilith, and he just goes, "Hello, everyone, Henry, my good friend. It is so lovely to have you here. Your celebration will be monumental and unforgettable."
I still not entirely sure what I did to earn this celebration, Sebastian, but it's appreciated. But,
I know what you did to deserve this. You are the first Tremere outside of that chantry in a long time who has been able to go over into Anarch territory, face down vampire hunters, and return unscathed. Is that not worthy of celebration?
That's common knowledge?
I mean, everyone in the Camarilla is talking about it. Not about you, because the Chantry doesn't want people talking about specific apprentices, but they're talking about some Tremere went and did that, and it took a lot of questions being asked from me, a minister, to figure that out.
I cannot overstate how that touches me, that you went through that effort. I really do appreciate it. On the inside, Henry is just thankful that it required a bunch of digging by somebody influential to find out that it was him. That's the real thing that he's relieved about. But yeah, that's just swell.
And Zeta, always lovely to have one of my favorite Anarch gangrels here. It is so good to see you.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Sebastian.
I assume that you came with Mandy, is that it?
Of course it is.
Yes. Mandy is, well, I assume that Mandy is, upstairs, doing work and everything. Can't even come to a club without doing work. Mandy's always so busy. But, I want you to understand, Zeta. Feel free to have the night be yours. Just, well, you understand. Have a good night tonight and enjoy whatever festivity you want. There's several happening here.
I appreciate it.
Of course. And then Sebastian goes over to shake Lilith's hand and goes, "Ah, and one of the newest gangrel members of the Camarilla. It is a pleasure."
She kind of like looks at his hand, takes a sip, and goes, "Who are you exactly?"
He smiles and then says, "Take a bit of a harder look. And, yeah, I'd like you to do a roll for this.
Is this a fighting role?
No. Intelligence, academics."
Going for the weak spot.
I'm just curious if Lilith knows.
You said academics and intelligence?
Yep.
So that's gonna be 2 dice. Blood roll?
Yes.
Okay. Well, 2 successes.
You don't watch movies, you don't, consume any modern day media, but now that you look at it, familiarity. This looks like Oscar Wilde.
She kind of tilts her head, sort of like a dog would. In fact, very much like a dog would when it's kind of confused.
Uh-huh.
So she's going to tilt her head and look, and then she's going to tilt her head the other way. And she's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
No. Really?
Really?
The Toreador gotcha, huh?
A Toreador. Actually, I was going to be Gangrel, but, missed their chance.
Must have been a Camarilla gangrel that missed their chance.
It was Mandy, actually.
Well, surprises all around.
Indeed.
Pretty sure that it would have had to have been Camarilla or Anarch. I don't think we would have chosen you. And she just smiles. But I kind of have to ask, why was I invited tonight?
Au contraire, I have to ask you. And the front door opens again. In come the sheriff of the Camarilla, Yaska, and a person who is known to be a scourge who is a La Sombra. And Sebastian goes, I have to ask, what did you mean by we?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows of what faction I was before the war. Everyone knows what faction that I just ran out of. And everyone here knows what faction I have currently kissed the ring of.
The sheriff and the scourge approach. Cass, by the way, you can see these two kindred walk in. You would have seen the sheriff before. You don't know who the other one is. Mandy also notices them. And Mandy stands up.
Hey, is there trouble?
Mandy just, without turning, just says, why don't both of you stay here?
Cass is just like tapping his foot, just bouncing it.
Mm-hmm. And Mandy starts going down from the VIP area. The sheriff approaches you, Lilith, and says, how about we go for a walk?
Is this a one-way walk?
That depends how it goes. And it depends what you say to me.
She goes ahead and finishes her drink and sets it down. She looks at Zeta, Henry, and she just kind of like puts her hand on it, just sort of a hand on Henry's shoulder and just kind of like squeezes like, yeah, I may not see you again. And she follows the sheriff.
Henry's at kind of a loss for words, like kind of a half wave, but hand is kind of crumpled. Just, oh, good luck.
She just like kind of looks and smiles like, she's got the look of chances are we're probably not going to see each other again.
For a moment, Lilith, you can glance and you can see Mandy coming down the stairs, and she freezes when she sees that you are with the sheriff and looks directly at you.
Lilith kind of gives her like that defiant smile that Lilith always seems to have, and she just kind of like shrugs her shoulders a little bit. Like, what do you want me to do?
Mandy looks and goes over to Zeta immediately and says, Zeta, go with them. Don't say anything to them. Don't let them know anything. Just go with them.
Without saying a word, I follow them.
And she goes over, since this happened right next to Henry, just says, what's your name?
Henry?
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mandy. Please insist that you stay here and don't do anything. Okay?
Right here? At the bar?
Yeah. Perfect spot, actually.
Alright, you're twisting my arm, but...
Yeah, because I'll be right back. And I'd like to spend time with you.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. And she runs back up the stairs to the VIP area. Cass, Mandy comes directly to you and says, I don't know if you care, but the sheriff is going to kill Lilith. And if you want a say in that, I suggest you go down and say something.
Why? What's happening? What's... Castle, stand up. Why? What's...
If you want to find out, I suggest you go.
Fuck. Castle look back at Lily and like he won't see her again, and then leaves and runs down the stairs.
All right. So, Henry, you see Cass running down the stairs past you.
Hey, Cass, where's the fire?
Hey, Henry, can't talk right now. Shit's happening.
All right. Okay. Anything I should be running about, or is this more of a you thing?
Mandy comes down and goes, no, you're going to spend time with me, right?
I mean, Cass sounds like... Is there...
Cass can take care of Cass. I've known Cass long enough to know that.
True. He's very capable. Wait, you know Cass?
I do, actually. We didn't get off on quite the right foot, but I think that we are friendly. Go ahead, Cass. You do what you have to do.
Yeah, Cass is already like fucking like... Just... Cass is going. Cass is just going.
All right. So, we wind up in one of the storage rooms of this club. You enter first, Lilith. Sheriff Yaska behind. The Scourge behind, followed by Sebastian Melmoth, who leans against a wall. There's only one way in and one way out of this room.
Lilith walks in, and she turns around, and she doesn't show any fear. She just does like her typical, just sort of half smile, look around, look at everyone, and like, well, what happens happens. And she just waits for them to start the shindig.
Yaska says, "We haven't really been properly introduced. I am Sheriff Yaska. This is my scourge. You have violated the Masquerade in a manner so grand that I am going to talk to you about it. And depending on how serious you take this, will determine whether or not you even leave this room." It is at this point that Zeta will enter. The sheriff and the scourge acknowledge you, Zeta. So does Sebastian, but they don't say anything. And the sheriff just goes, 12 mortal police dead in American Canyon. The fuck happened?
Lilith takes out a cigarette. She lights it. Well, I'm also going to assume that on top of those 12 police officers, you're aware of the hunters that were in amongst all of them.
I don't fucking care about dead hunters, but I do care about dead mortals.
Well, see, I didn't actually kill a single cop.
Right, the Guru did. Why did they have to?
Again, there is a hunter problem, and I understand you don't care about dead hunters, but they seemed quite determined. They knew that there was a meeting going on. They know about the going-ons of Kindred. They deliberately targeted where we were.
Cass, this is when you will come in. And where were you?
I just delivered someone to a meeting.
Henry Draw you delivered to this meeting.
Well, if you know, then I don't need to say it.
Why was Henry Draw in Napa?
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't ask him. If you are asking me to sell out one of your own Camarilla, and a Camarilla that I have come to consider a friend, then this is going to be a very short meeting.
Who else was there at the meeting?
See, that's the thing. That took place inside of a building, and, well, I wasn't privy to the meeting.
You didn't see anyone.
No. No. Sorry.
I'm gonna have you roll for that one. Let's do
Even if they say you're lying, she's not going to sell them out.
for sure.
Okay.
Let's do
Okay.
composure and subterfuge.
Oh. 2d10 plus blood roll.
Yes.
Subterfuge. Oh, come on. Ooh, critical success and a regular success.
We can settle this right now, Lilith.
Yeah. I was never walking out of this room, was I?
That remains to be seen. You have a choice right now. Let my scourge drink your blood.
She just starts laughing. That's not going to happen.
Is it not?
The prince had me kiss his ring, declare fealty to him. I have suffered indignities in front of his court. I have put my life on the line for the lives of 2 of the Camarilla that he has sent out repeatedly. And if that doesn't buy me any kind of trust, then, and she just opens up her vest, you might as well stake me now. Because if you're looking for me to try to sell someone out, especially someone that I have gotten to where I am quite fond of and I consider a friend, you can even use one of my stakes.
You mention friends. Let's try something, shall we? The sheriff turns to James Castle and says, James Castle, you are Camarilla, and you have proven yourself to the prince to be loyal and even valuable. Will you also do your sheriff's bidding too?
What is it that you're asking of me?
I want you to drink Lilith's blood and tell me what you see. And if we need to hold her down, we will.
Lilith,
Cass will look at Lilith.
Lilith spits blood on the floor and then just pulls her sleeve back and holds it out to Cass. But she does not take her eyes off of the sheriff.
Okay.
All right, Cass will walk up and like give a look at Zeta, give a look at Lilith, like, and then just kind of shrug and, oh, this is not how I expected tonight to go.
Shut up and just do it.
I like when you're so forceful. Cass will take a nibble.
Okay. Lilith, do you want to make an attempt to rouse your blood to hide anything?
No,
Okay.
because I am going to put trust in Cass. Hopefully Cass has seen that I have basically not thrown Henry under the bus. I have not thrown Zeta under the bus, and that I have been I have basically just tried to follow her code of honor.
All right.
So she will let Cass read her blood.
Cass. First of all, your hunger will go down to 1. But more importantly, you taste Lilith's past. You see a soldier in war in some distant country's sands. A fight with a gangrel that turns into an embrace. A life amongst the Sabbat. A war. Lilith witnessing her comrades slain by Camarilla, staked, beheaded in back streets of Bay Area towns, ambushed, their heads taken as trophies. Lilith being forced to watch. You see Lilith forced into a position of choosing either death or a messenger between factions, and Lilith took this. You see a conversation happen with the Salubri. You were there in this vision too. You see the Sabbat wanting to drain this Salubri. You see this deal. You see an arrangement made between the sheriff of the Anarchs and Lilith and Mandy and others for her to become a spy to the Anarchs. You see how they staged her coming into the Camarilla territory. You've seen her giving information about the Camarilla to the Anarchs. You've seen her try to protect Henry. You've seen her talking to the Guru. And you see her now. And as your thirst is quenched, you come back to how it is present. You, a mouthful of blood, and Lilith before you. Her fate in your hands.
Well, I don't know what you were hoping to hear, but that's as she said.
As she said.
Lilith took Henry to the meeting and waited outside. She didn't see anyone. I don't know what you're looking for. I'm not sure what the question is.
Fuck off.
Did Prince ask you to come here tonight?
I don't answer to you, Toreador.
Fair enough.
He kind of pushes past you to go and stand over Lilith and says, to me, that is strike one. And I want you to remember that you could have been taken out just like that. Violate the Masquerade again. You may not have a friend to bail you out. And then he turns quickly enough to almost have air blow in your face, and him and the Scourge leave. And they push past Zeta deliberately as a fuck you, you're an anarch kind of push.
I resist the push as much as I can.
Uh-huh.
Just that they also feel the fuck you, Camarilla.
Yeah. Sebastian, kind of nods and smiles and goes, well, this is turning out to be a very lovely night. Party's about to start, but take your time. We'll wait for you. And he leaves the room, leaving the three of you in there.
Lilith is going to lean up against the wall, and once Sebastian leaves, she's going to lean up against the wall, and she's simply going to slide down the wall to a sitting position. And it's probably the first time that either Cass or Zeta has ever seen her emotional. And the memories that have been brought up when Cass tasted her blood of her former pack and how she came to be, embraced, and everything just overwhelms her. And she just breaks down and starts crying.
Let's do a willpower check for James and Zeta as blood tears. See if it raises your hunger at all.
Okay. Let's see.
So, do you roll the hunger or the willpower?
Just the willpower.
I have two successes.
All right.
4 successes.
Cass, you do not even feel the prodding of the beast. Your hunger does not raise. Zeta, the beast prods you almost awkwardly in this moment of just, listen, I know this may be a bad time, but that is blood and I am hungry. Your hunger does not raise, but you do hear your beast.
It's enough other blood outside. We don't need to drink limits.
Cass will just kind of walk over and take his seat next to Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith.
And Zeta's
Lilith
gonna
is
sit on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, Lilith is like having a full emotional breakdown at this point. I know, very unbecoming of a former Sabbat. So, now you know.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. You're a good friend. And I think that's what matters.
I did not want you to be in this position.
Well, we're here now.
You know, this puts you at risk too.
Well, at risk of getting dangled off a roof? Yeah. Yeah. God.
Why do you hang out with those assholes?
I don't know. Seems like there's assholes everywhere. But there are some good people. And again, that's what matters. I don't think it matters what you call yourself at the end of the day. Camarilla or Anarch or whatever.
I don't know who I am anymore.
You're you. You're a good friend.
And I was absolutely not going to tell them that you were there, Zeta.
I appreciate it.
I can vouch for that.
You're
Some party, huh?
best friend someone could wish for in this life.
Wow. This has been a hell of a night.
Yeah, it sure has. I don't even know what this means going forward. But things are different now.
I'm gonna segue back over to Henry, who is having a significantly different time. with Mandy.
Sweet.
So Mandy's just going, so tell me about yourself, Henry. What's it like in the Tremere Chantry?
I mean, it's intellectually stimulating, as I'm sure you can surmise.
Oh, yes.
Lots of reading. God, I don't know. Sometimes you have to, take some orders, sort some books, but I mean, it's where I feel most at home. I mean, this was lovely, but God, just cracking open a good book. You have any favorite books, favorite authors?
When I was a young Kindred, I was only turned for about 40 years. I had a friend that I made who was immortal, and I had at the time, I was in the Camarilla back then, I had at the time asked the prince if I could embrace this one. His name was Hawthorne, and just didn't turn out that way. Hawthorne didn't get the green light. Still one of my favorite writers, though.
Wait, like
The Scarlet Letters guy,
no,
yeah.
Like, yeah, like Henry's pretty taken aback. That's wow. You knew Nathaniel Hawthorne?
I did. I knew him, and there's another guy I didn't really like too much. The Adventure of Buckleberry guy, whatever his name was.
Huckleberry Finn?
Yeah, whoever wrote that one, he was all right. But
This is a joke, right? You're yanking my chain.
No. If you want, I have a signed first draft of chapter 3 of Scarlet Letters, if you'd like it. I'm not doing anything with it, so.
You sure you just want to hand that over? You don't need a favor?
Are you offering a favor?
I mean, that seems like such a generous offer. I don't know what I can offer, but
Listen, how about this? I have the complete first edition works of everything written by Anatole France. Signed by Anatole France. If you would like them, I'll give them to you for a minor boon.
being in debt to somebody. Yeah, I'll. You know what? I'll think on that one. That's a tall order. I mean, I have only so much space in the chantry. It's a little crowded and cramped already, but I mean, where do you keep all this? How did you get all of this?
I have a house from a certain Ventru who sold me one, and I have a whole library in there.
An entire library just for you?
Well, yes. When I was, in my past life, I was, I guess a bit of a scholar. Then I was embraced to be Gangrel, and I kind of never went back to the scholarly life after I, found the thrill of running on the open plains on all fours. a bit hard to understand, but the blood changed me.
Henry is choking back a lot of words that he could say. Tragedy, a great loss, potential, completely smashed to smithereens. But I'm glad you've found joy in the simpler things. He's not entirely sure that's what should have been said, but that's what came out.
Well, you'll experience some, shall we say, carnal joy tonight yourself. I don't think that you've ever been honored by, Sebastian Melmoth before, but, ooh, it's gonna be fun.
Now, hold on. What do you mean by that? Because everyone's been really cryptic tonight, and a carnal how? Celebrated, honored how? Please, 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 just... Can you give me a heads up?
You will not be hungry after tonight for a while.
Oh. Alright. Well, thank you for that. I think I can extrapolate what that means.
At this point, an angry-looking sheriff and Scourge walk past, and Mandy smiles at this and goes, "Looks like everything went very well."
What is going on? Why are... And Henry's like covering his face with like propping his elbow on the bar, like that pose. Like, trying to be as low profile as possible.
She goes, "Oh, I'm sure it was just some need-to-know external, internal Camarilla dealing with things. Nothing concerning what we're doing, or certainly not what the Tremere would do."
Of course. Of course.
However, seeing that, and then Sebastian Melmoth follows and starts approaching you, Henry. He's rubbing his hands together like an evil emperor kind of look. And she just goes, "Well, here's your host. I'll be right back." Yeah, literally right back. And she walks past Sebastian. He just goes, "Mandy." And she goes, "Sebastian." And he's, "Well, are you just about ready for the celebration? We're just waiting for the others, and we'll get started pretty soon."
So, like, were you asking if I was ready for the celebration?
Yes, if you're ready.
Well, okay, so maybe some details on the celebration to ensure that I'm ready.
Listen, it's meant to be a surprise the first time.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'm ready to be surprised, Sebastian. Give me what you got.
That's the spirit. We will begin momentarily. Just waiting for all the Kindred to be ready, because they will all want to participate as much as you.
Okay, that's great. That's super.
All right. For the three of you sitting in that room, Mandy comes in and sees that everyone is there and goes, "Everyone okay?"
Lilith's bawling her eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be better.
I know that it might be difficult considering the emotional heaviness that tonight has been, but celebration will start, and it'll hopefully make you all feel better. Sebastian has to ask for special permission to do nights like tonight, directly from the prince, if it means anything.
Well, sounds like we have a party to go to.
Lilith looks over at Cass. Is my mascara okay? Face all bloody.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Great.
Castle stand up and offer a hand to Lilith.
Lilith will take his offer and then in turn offer a hand to Zeta.
And Zeta will accept.
Mandy is suspicious of this and is going to do a roll. If anybody wants to hide anything, let me know.
I don't even know what I'd hide.
Yeah, no, Lilith's not going to try to hide anything.
All right. Mandy asks you before you leave, Lilith. Does he know?
He won't tell anyone.
She immediately shoots a look at James Castle and says, "Is that true?"
Yeah, it's true.
I think James is aware that if anybody finds out, I won't be the only one staked out for the sun.
That is true. I just want you to know this isn't for the Anarchs.
Whether it was for the Anarchs or not, what you did was selfless. If Lilith hasn't offered you a boon, I am offering you one right now.
Wow. Can't pass up an offer like that.
Consider myself owing you a boon, James Castle. And she does a small bow and a smile.
Thank you. James will give a little bow as well. Well, you ready to party?
And Mandy goes, "Are you kidding? I'm so hungry. Let's go."
Lilith motions for the three of them to go. It's going to take her a second to compose herself and kind of clean up.
I'll be looking through my pockets for a tissue to give to Lilith.
And when she's done, she'll follow the three of them out.
All right. So once you all exit, you see that now Henry seems incredibly stressed out. Liliana has joined the main floor.
When is Henry not stressed out?
Sebastian is approaching the DJ booth, and Sebastian points over at the door, and the doors close, and they also lock. And the doors from where you are, some staff go behind the both of you, or the three of you, and they also lock. And you see once again James, Henry. It's not a busy night. Not a lot of people in here. Not like there should be. There's only about maybe 30 people, if that. Up at the front, by the DJ booth, you now see the bartender, both bartenders, they leave behind the door. You hear it lock behind them. And the DJ also gives a bow, and he leaves behind in a door behind that, and you hear that lock as well. Sebastian takes the microphone, the house music lowers, and he goes, Everyone, may I have your attention? May I have your attention, please, everyone? Thank you. Today, we are here to honor an incredible Tremere Henry Draw. And Liliana applauds, and also applauding is Mandy. She seems very excited and is like winking over at Henry, all excited. The audience of mortals is clapping as well. They don't know what Tremere is, but they're clapping.
Henry will give a few stiff waves at the applause. Yeah, that's me.
Thank you. Well, Henry, first, I'd like to invite you to come up here. Say some words, please. Give us a few words. And Mandy is yelling, "Speech!"
All right. Do they hand me a microphone, or do I have to go?
Oh, they're summoning you up here to come and talk up there.
A little awkward shuffle, speed walk. All right. I'll tap the microphone to make sure it's working. Is there a microphone, or am I just supposed to yell?
There is a microphone, yes.
Okay.
The beast whispers to you while you're up there and goes, "Oh, I like where this is going. This is good. Everyone should be paying attention to us. I agree."
Thank you, everybody, for coming to this fantastic gathering put on by Sebastian. Can we get a round of applause for Sebastian, please?
Everyone cheers at that. Everyone loves Sebastian.
And again, I really don't know what I did to deserve the night that we've had and that we're about to have, but I'm sure it'll be one that we remember for till the end of our days. I'm sure this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful celebration. And again, I can't express my gratitude enough. Sorry, I don't have that. I don't have a way with words the way you do, Sebastian, but again, you have my gratitude. And I'll just awkwardly hand the mic back to him and speed walk back to the bar or wherever I was at.
Clapping continues, and the door opens, and a couple more Kindred trickle in, just Kindred, and something that's noted about them. One of them is Gangrel, and they are already showing features of their beast being out and present. The other is a Nosferatu. Not even hiding at all. Both of them are smiling. Sebastian says, "Everyone, in honor of Henry Draw, we have set aside the club tonight for a very specific purpose. In here, in this room, I have collected and sampled many delightful samples of some mortals who I simply cannot imagine continuing this club and its operation if they are left still standing with breath in their lungs. Everyone, enjoy a lovely, terrific feast like you will never, ever forget. Now, you mortals, which by the way, they're all starting to look a little scared, you will notice that there is no way out. All the doors are locked, they are braced, and they have been prepared just for these instances so that none of you can escape. And you are surrounded by vampires. Yes, I'm afraid you have to find out this way. Vampires are real, and you are surrounded by them. But thankfully, none of you will live tonight to be able to tell anyone about that. So, I shall ask our two senior kindred to please help Henry find the first person that he wants to feed on. And the rest of you, feel free to go whenever you can. If they bang on the doors, don't worry about that. They cannot get out. Anyways, Henry, Mandy, Liliana, please. Help Henry find his first bite. And at that, panic ensues. Mortals still don't quite believe what's going on. They start backing up, stumbling over themselves a little bit. Mandy comes and leans on your shoulder, Henry, in almost a Lady Luck sexual way, going, "So, anyone catch your eye immediately?" I like that one. That one looks very scared. The scared ones often taste the best.
Henry is just slack-jawed, like, cannot believe what's unfolding. The most scared one?
Well, I mean, we could look for scholars. Liliana goes, "You are a Tremere. You might want a scholar. You could extract their knowledge through their blood."
No. There aren't any scholars here, right? That would be an incredible waste.
Well, probably no scholars, but probably people studying for a PhD. It's like, oh yeah, those PhD students taste pretty good.
Oh god. There's like a million things going through Henry's head, like, just... I don't know, just... I guess find the most frightened person and let's... Yeah. Whoever reeks of fear the most, he'll do little air quotes. Yeah, let's kick this off.
That sounds good. Zeta, Lilith, would you care to show the mortals what we can do to really drive the fear into them?
The overwhelming emotions of everything that happened in that room hits Lilith all at once. And she forgets that she is no longer in the Sabbat. And she, her facial visage just totally shifts. She doesn't shift into wolf form, but she definitely shifts almost in a Krynos type form. And she is not gentle with the first one that she catches, and there's not much left.
All right. When you catch one and bring one to the ground, Zeta, what do you do, by the way?
I would like to bring out beast features.
Aha, very good.
Like snout, bigger fangs.
Yes.
The ears, claws. And then look for like the most entitled looking person and throw them across the room, jump behind them and drain them.
Okay. As that happens, the crowd dissipates, leaving people running to the doors, trying to find some way out. People trample over each other, and there is one mortal in the center who is so scared that he can't move. And he drops to his feet and starts covering his ears, going, "This can't be happening, this can't be happening." To which Mandy points and goes, "Ah, Henry, I think we found your candidate."
Henry's gonna do a brisk jog over. This person's on their knees, did you say? Like they're on the ground?
Yeah.
Henry's gonna just tell him, "Hey, close your eyes too, okay? This will be quick." And just try to really fucking chomp into him. Just
All right.
try to kill him. It just, yeah, this sucks for Henry. This sucks pretty bad, and not like that, not like a funny vampire bard pun. But yeah, just more to put him out of his misery. This wasn't. When I said most afraid, I didn't mean scare them more. I just wanted to find the person to, put them out of their misery quickly. So this is kind of backfired. But yeah, just get it done quick.
All right.
Henry's also going to kind of close his eyes. He doesn't want to see this. This is uncouth.
Mandy and Liliana just kind of both go, "Aw," and go, This is adorable. I've never seen someone be so cute when they drink blood." And Liliana's like, "I know." Liliana's just like, "I think I'm gonna go find someone to maybe share with Cass." And Mandy's like, "Yeah, you go for it. I feel like feeding like a beast." And Mandy lets herself frenzy. Cass, what do you do? Now that all this is happening.
God. So wow, what a scene.
There is lots of blood shooting out of people's throats, and people have already lost limbs. There are people who are like being drained into glasses, throats cut open over a bar. It's great.
Yeah. It's great. I think Cass would be uneasy though. Like it's like the part of like the beast being like, yes, blood, but also being uneasy with just like the sheer carnage of it all. Is there anybody that looks really scared? I mean, I know Henry got the scaredest, but like
yeah, there is another person who is trying to figure out where to go, and keeps running to different places, and finally finds the door to the bathroom, only finding it to be locked as well. And he's shaking it, just like, "Come on, fucking come on, open!"
I will go up to him.
Okay.
And then like, "Hey, I know of a way that we can get out. We can get out of here."
You're not gonna eat me?
"No, you just come with me. Well, everything's gonna be okay." And Cass will cast awe.
Ah, very good. He's, "Oh, you're right. I should trust you."
come on, this way. And Cass will lead him away from the carnage, probably like upstairs or something like that. And I don't know if there's any doors or anything like that, any fire escapes or anything.
Sure. They all appear to be, even though they shouldn't be allowed to be locked, they are in fact locked.
That's breaking some codes. That's,
yes.
that allow. So Cass will lead him over and be like, oh, we can go through here. And like as he like pushes him forward to like go out the exit, he'll be like, it's going to be okay. And then Cass will bite into his neck.
All right.
Just with that hope of escape.
Up until the very moment that you start to drain a little bit too much blood, he was in awe of you. Suddenly, it becomes clear what Sebastian meant earlier to all of you who are now drinking. These are not good people. They don't even know why they were given VIP passes to this club, but they all at some point met with Sebastian Malmoth, who had talked to them, and they had like some intimate time together. But it was then that Sebastian learned these people put people out of jobs. They were bullies. They have done things like hit and run. They have harassed people at work. Some of them seem to be some sort of racist. Sebastian really chose the people for this event with meaning. Lilith, you taste that. Zeta, you taste that. And Henry, what you taste out of the person that you're draining is someone who did in fact go into studying sciences, specifically psychology, and specifically with the purpose of wanting to manipulate people. The cream of the crop in this room. As you are draining this person, Cass, you hear some screaming approaching you, and you see your sire, Liliana, dragging a person who is clawing and trying to get away. A woman who is going, please, like my father has so much money. I won't tell anyone, and you can be rewarded. And just, oh, I see you got one. I was wondering if you'd like to share.
I mean, I could still eat.
Me too.
Yeah, Castle drop the body that he's holding, and kind of like almost sandwich this person between them. You know that scene of Lady and the Tramp with like the spaghetti?
Yeah.
So like kind of like that.
Perfect.
but a person.
Perfect. Zeta, you've thrown someone against a wall. Is that who you're going to be eating?
Yes.
Excellent. They actually try attacking you while you are feeding, punching, kicking, but it feels like paper being thrown at you. It's nothing. And they're trying really hard until eventually they go limp and don't move anymore. This feast goes on until all of you are down, of course, to 0 blood, and every human in there is dead. Even the people who weren't drained properly. Sebastian and Mandy go through with a stake and stab each body in the head to make sure. There is blood everywhere. The club is a mess, but the music do be still bumping.
Lilith is sitting over the body of her last victim, and she's like obviously covered like head to toe in blood. She's sucking the blood off of her fingers, and she's just quoting the Book of Nod, and she's saying, "And then through dead Uriel, God Almighty cursed me, saying, then, or as long as you walk the earth, you and your children will cling to darkness and drink only blood, eating only ashes. You will always be as you were at death, never dying, living on. You will walk forever in darkness, and you will touch all will crumble to nothing until the last day." And then she just kind of like dips her finger in the last little puddle of blood.
Sebastian smiles and goes, "It has been a long time since I've heard the words of the Book of Nod. Thank you."
She nods.
Sebastian says, "Well, that is the party." And, Henry, Sebastian goes over to you and goes, "And what a party it was. Thank you so much for being the guest of honor."
Thank you for having me, Sebastian. Reach out for one more handshake, I suppose.
He most certainly shakes your hand.
Yeah, it's almost like like Henry's trying to wipe the scumminess of this whole thing off on him. Yeah, I'm truly something that I'll remember till the end of my days, Sebastian. I don't know how
I'm
you
so glad.
put this together. Yeah.
Well, last party was 5 years ago, I think. Yeah, it's been a bit. Thank you for giving me a reason for celebration.
Oh, you're welcome.
And Sebastian pats you on the shoulder and announces to everyone, "All right, the party is concluded. If we have any hope of cleaning this place up before we open tomorrow night, we are going to have to get working right now. So, to all you lovely kindred, please be sure to go out the door into the parking garage. You can be immediately taken to your places of residence so you don't have to worry about going through the streets covered in blood. You can be driven, you can be taken there, you can also be showered if you wish. Feel free to go. Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thank you."
Lilith is going to walk over to Mandy And she's just going to smile and say, "It's good seeing you again. And I've missed you."
I've missed you too, Lilith.
I wished it was under better circumstances that we saw each other again.
Me too.
I'm sorry, I failed.
Failed. To me, it sounds like we may have a new recruit. And she just kind of looks over to where Cass was feeding.
He would make a good anarch.
Don't tell him this, but his sire does.
I wish I could be a good anarch.
You're better than you think. And Mandy goes over to Zeta and just goes, "So, how was the party, Zeta?"
It had its ups and downs.
Listen, once we start going clubbing like we usually do, you'll start wondering, why doesn't every party end this way? That's what I ask every time this happens.
Don't think there wouldn't be enough mortals for every party to be like this.
I mean, obviously you're correct, but still. All right. I suppose we should be getting back to our territory.
Thanks, it too.
Through the blood, Liliana hugs you, James Castle.
Yeah, Castle just strangely be in silence. Just taking in all of the moments and etching them to memory.
She nods and then just says, "You can call me whenever you want. Also, let me know if Mark's on the table for food."
I will do that. But don't eat Mark just yet. He found you, didn't he?
I guess so. Yeah. Goodbye, Cass. But not for forever.
Until next time.